Hi, this is Sunshine. Today I decided to do some beautiful hanger baskets, and I really like doing my own. I have several videos, so I hope you watch them and enjoy them. But this is what this basket looks like after I got done, and I'll show you how I did all this. It's super easy. I was really super intimidated at first. But I really like it. I've done these baskets in the past, but I've never put the lower plants in. And these baskets came with the coconut, and I can use these baskets every single year. And I got 9 of them, and I believe they cost me 104, 105-ish, somewhere in there. But I can use these every single year, and the coconut usually lasts like 2 years. So this is very economical for me. And I want to show you, oh, that's heavy. I want to show you how I do it. I just take a bucket, any type of bucket that I have laying around. It helps me when I'm loading these baskets. And then I set the basket right on top. And these are cool because they come with the hangers too. And what I do is I tuck the hangers down to the very bottom into the bucket so it stays out of the way while I'm planting. And then I reposition the coconut and I take a good look at it. And I already have my scissors, and yeah, they're my crafting scissors, but I'm gonna wash these up and nobody will even know I used them for this. This is a tough pair that cuts through 8 layers, so it works well for this. And I just tip this up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. There we go, that's a better angle. I'm gonna cut this. And I'm just doing kind of like a T shape. And then I'm going to poke the plant through here. And what I usually do is I cut like 3 or 4. Or you could do them all. You could cut them all before you fill it. It's all what you're used to. Cutting the tag off here. I'm not getting paid to advertise any of this stuff, but this is the one. These are the ones I chose. Heart Scroll hanging basket. These are 16 inchers. They're pretty big, but the deck I'm putting them on is super big, so these will work fine. I have a bucket here that I'm putting the tags and this stuff for recycle in. I have 4 bags of potting soil. They're not the largest. They're kind of like what are these? 32 dry quart, and so far I've been able to get 2 baskets out of it, and that's pretty good. So I'm thinking I can get 4. And I put my dirt in a smaller container so it's easier to work with. I'm going to dump that right in the bottom. I like potting soil. I don't have the best luck with the garden soil, but if that's what you want to use, that's what you can use. And these don't have to be perfect. I'm not a perfect person. My crafts are not perfect. If you want perfect, you have to go to somebody else, but I found that I don't have to be perfect. I just need to enjoy. I went yesterday and I got all my plants, I got my baskets, I got my dirt. Because once I get started on a project like this, I don't like to leave. I like to just go on it. And it's a pretty ambitious goal I have today because I picked out 9 of these. And we'll just see how long it takes me to actually do one, because I plan to do the whole video on it I did one video before my battery ran out. That's just the way it goes when you're doing the YouTube videos. And some of these are easier to cut than others. It takes a little bit. Don't get in a hurry. I picked a day where I have all day to do this. Some of the coconut's really super thick and some of it's just really thin. And the birds love this stuff, so don't be surprised if the birds are picking at your coconut. That one's being a little bit difficult. Oh, it's super thick right here, that's why. Maybe you can see what I'm doing good enough. I took these and I hung them up on the porch first. I hung one to see how long they're gonna hang down, and then I decided that cutting the hole right here in the heart shape was the best that would work for me. Now if you wanted to get even fancier, you could do another layer down here. You know, it's just all up to you. I'm gonna grab a little bit more dirt. Dump it right in the bottom. And then I'm going to choose my plants that I want to do on the outside, because I'm going to fill those in first. This one, I did white, and then I did blue on that one that's down there. So I think I'll do white again on this one. I'm going to pick my vase. It takes 8 plants for this part. Those are kind of full, so I'm going to put that back. Notice when I'm getting down, I'm squatting. I am not bending over. It's a lot easier on the back. These come in packs of 4. These were $1.98, so that's a very inexpensive way to go when you're working with these really large baskets. I'm going to pop these on the bottom here. And some of them don't come out that good, so I just take the scissors and cut right down the side. These generally don't last for another planting, and they welcome these in the recycle. They take them without any problem, your curbside recycle. So see, I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to bring it out. This is what it looks like. And I push my dirt up a little bit so the plant has something to rest on. And I just take my fingers, poke it through here. And I carefully feed my plant through there. Just like that. And I push the dirt up underneath. Now I'm going to go for the next one. I'm just going to do this until I have it all filled up. I could load as many plants as I wanted to in these baskets because they're just absolutely huge. But these plants are going to get bigger, and this is alyssum. It smells wonderful. The birds and the bees and the hummingbirds and butterflies absolutely love it. I need some more dirt, so I'm going to grab some more. A little bit of this, I think it's called a peat moss brick, and it helps keep the moisture in, and I've been crumbling that up. I had some from last year that I'm trying to use up too. And I try to clean up my mess as I go. That way when I'm all worn out at the end of my planting, then I don't have a big mess to clean up because I've already been cleaning it up the whole time. It's such a beautiful day. We've had snow and ice and just really cold temperatures for our area. And so I'm really enjoying some more. So it really doesn't take that long to add some extra beauty to your planting. I wish I would have figured this out a long time ago, but I need a little bit more dirt, so I'm going to grab some more dirt. I love to listen to the birds when I'm out here. They're so happy to have some warm weather as well. Again, I'm cleaning as I go. I'll set that whole thing out for in my recycle tubs. I'm doing this in an area where I can keep the mess out of sight. If I have guests that surprise me and come over, I still have the upper deck that's nice and clean, and we could sit out and visit if we need to. See, it's easy. It's quick, it's easy. And these are just gonna get huge and smell like honey. Oh man. Can you see what that looks like in there? And I'm gonna be sure to fill in the gaps really good with the soil. Okay, now I'm ready to start picking some of my other plants. This is that brick of, I think it's, I don't know what it is really. It's just in a brick and it helps you control the moisture. I think it's a peat moss stuff or some of the wood products that they get creative with. It might be bamboo, or not bamboo. Coconut. Let me put these back. Again, I'm squatting down. And I'm going to pick out my center flower first. I bought these, it's called Iceland Poppy Mix. And this says 6 hours of direct sun. I had to really think about what plants I'm getting because these are going to be in the sun a lot, in the hot, hot sun. So I'm going to make a well in the middle. And that's about right. I don't want them down too far because I want the basket to look nice and full. And you just find a line and kind of make sure they're straight. It doesn't have to be perfect, but these are going to bloom all summer long. These are just going to keep on giving. Almost all the plants I chose keep on giving. I've got some of these, what are these called? Calibrachoa. Forgive me if I pronounced that wrong, but these are nice and cute looking. I'm stacking my pots like this because I'm going to give them to a nursery or sell them for $1 for all of them in my next yard sale. Or I could simply, if I don't want to mess with them, I could put them in the recycle. I find that it's easiest if I turn these on the side. These have a button on the bottom to push up. It helps get the plant out. And then these have been watered nicely, so they're going to come out a little easier. See, like that. And I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to grab some more dirt. Fill in the dirt as I go. And I choose my plants as I go. If you want to map yours out and have your own way of doing it, then that's fabulous. See, like that. I just push it down a little bit. And I do take off these ones that are kind of spent looking. Plants love to be trimmed. Okay, so I'm thinking that's good on that. Forgive me for going in front of the camera. I'm going to drop down here, and this is, I believe, an aster. I only have one of these left out of that pot, so I'm going to put it right here. And the entire time I'm going to fill these with dirt. You typically want to do groups of 1, 3, and 5. It just looks better. I used to work as a florist, and that's what one of the ladies taught me. So I'm going to look for 2 more of these. Here we go. They are called asters. And this 6-pack was $2.98. That's really inexpensive. So these are gonna look like I spent a whole bunch of money, but. And these are blue and pink. They're just gorgeous. I have the dramatic orange of the poppy. I cut down the sides of these again because they're just so delicate. I'm gonna poke one right in there. Oh, here's a white one. Whoops. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'll poke that down in there. Beautiful. Look at those. Need some more dirt. Move these other ones around here. These bags of soil are really lasting me. I didn't think they were going to last this long, so I'm just absolutely thrilled about that. I need to pick out some more plants. I have some yellow, some orange, some blue, pink, white. I'm going to put in, sweet potato. I love this stuff. This is what it looks like right now, and this is going to get huge, and then it's going to just trail down, and it's got the chartreuse green that I love, and it's going to be in contrast with all the other colors. And I'm going to poke that down in there. Woo! You got to wash the bucket a little bit. It's slippery, but it's like having another set of hands, because it will hold all of it while I work. And yes, this is a little messy, but it's okay to get out and get messy. And I've got some nice gloves that I got yesterday. Protect my hands. But sometimes I've done this without gloves too, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, so I've got the orangish, I've got all these other colors. These are starting to poke out a little bit more than when I first did them. And got a chartreuse green, which is absolutely lovely. So I'm thinking I need something white, maybe something orangish. So I'm going to come down here and pick out one of these, and I'm going to pick out one of these. This is a Calabracoa Cabaret Orange, if I'm saying that correctly. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that out of the pot. I'm gonna poke it down in here. These are at a little bit of an angle because I want them to come down. I want them to drape down. I've got my poppies that are gonna stay up in the middle nicely, which is just fine. Okay, so then I'm a little concerned about this little guy. I'm hoping I did that okay. So I'm going to trim a little of the coconut away and throw it right in there because the plants love the coconut too. Coconut's really versatile. There we go, that's better. And this one here, I'm being careful not to trim my plant. There we go. Let's see, we've got a little orange going on. And now we need some white. This is a cliffhanger variegated ground ivy. I'm not putting it in the ground. I don't want this in the ground. I want it in my basket. Tuck that right in here. Yes, these are huge plants. And yes, this is a huge basket, but that's what I want. I want dramatic. I want a lot of color all summer. I don't know how good you can see this, but I'm taking my dirt and I'm filling in all the gaps. We have a watering system, a drip system that's going to come down and keep these all watered. And I highly encourage anybody who's going to be doing these to have that. I'm a busy lady, just like everybody else. I've got my full-time work, I've got my grandkids, my family, I've got all the things that I love to do in between work. And so I don't have time to water these every day like my grandma used to. So I've had to figure out ways to keep my plants alive and beautiful even while I'm working and running around and whatever we do these days. You know what I'm saying, it's a busy life. I just took all my scraps off of the table because I'm trying to work clean as I go. Okay, so I'm gonna shove this one over just a little bit. And now I'm thinking, what other kind of color? And that's what you do when you do these. You pick out a whole bunch of plants and then you decide as you go along. Ooh, what about this one? This is another color of, let's see, yeah, Calabracoa. Yeah, who knew? These are just absolutely cute. And I'm gonna stuff this one in there. I'm gonna kind of hang on to the basket. And I'll get some more dirt and fill that in. These really are easy. Psst. slave for hours. So much fun. Oh, wow, what do you think? Huh? What do you think? How long did that take us? I don't think very long for this much beauty. And I hope that you have a wonderful, blessed day. And I hope that you're enjoying everything that God has given us.